So we haven't decided exactly what. Oh, it's the inside is being taken there. J.R. Ryder again with the good pace, taking the inside defense. Knowing he can't take that turn that fast. J.R. knew that he was being aggressive. J.R. knew that he was hitting them, side swiping them on the back to the point that he just lets him go by here so he doesn't cause a wreck. Graceful move for J.R. Graceful. Definitely trying to get some distance between him and Gordon. Gordon is a person who definitely is trying his best to take the insides at all costs. Don't even matter if he makes contact with JR, he seems to not care. And that's another dive. Try to take the inside. JR, another bump on the back. Me being JR Ryder, I have to admit, I did get frustrated. I got tired of him dive bombing the corners, attacking my end, tapping me on the back every turn. It got to the point where I got fed up. He hits me again. He tries to bully me off the track. And JR said he's had enough and slams into him, sending him into the grass, wrecking him and himself just to prove a point. He will not be bullied on this track. You are now tuned in to the Gaming Entertainment Network. I'd like to thank all you guys for being with us tonight to enjoy this final round of the Manufacturers Cup race, round 7 of the point system of the 2023 official Gran Turismo 7 Series Manufacturers Cup. So without further ado, let's get the race started. I hope you guys been enjoying the new content on the channel as well. We released Star Wars yesterday at midnight, the new TV series. And we also had Last of Us episode 4 that dropped on 9 p.m. on Sundays. Star Wars will be releasing on Wednesdays at midnight, and I hope y'all enjoyed that as well. So without further ado, let's introduce the racers. We have Coopster, who's starting at pole. We have Cyclone Bark starting at second. Augustine at third. Jay Estrada at fourth. Rumpwich at fifth. DRC Benelobin at sixth. Kodakat Elbow at seventh. Jay Cruz at eighth. JR Ryder at ninth. RW at 11th. Cornbread at 12th. 13th. Lapex Apex bringing in the rear. And as we coming up to the first turn here, JR Ryder representing Nissan in this final race. Very important race for JR Ryder. Came first place in last race. If you haven't seen that, you can check that out. And oh my goodness, we have a wreck. We have a wreck early in the race in one of the first hardest turns of the race. Let's go back and see the carnage of what actually happened there. Let's see a little inside view. Looks like we got a battle between Brunwich. What was going on? Estrada. Oh my goodness. And the mayhem happens, taking out multiple drivers. JR Ryder takes advantage of that, moves up into the 7th spot. Now I forewarn you, this race was not for the faint of heart. A lot of jogging and jiving going on, a lot of disrespect from racers. As a racer of many races, I have to say this is one of the worst experiences I've had in all of the Manufacturers Cup and Nations Cup and Toyota Cup combined. Oh, it looks like we have another accident behind us there. Let's take a look at that. Looks like Cornbread took a nice nasty turn, lost control of the car, and is off to the grass in last place. That's definitely going to hurt him, definitely going to cost him. As we go into the cockpit to JR Ryder, we see him safely in the 9th spot, trying to keep up with the pack. And as we enter to the end of the first lap, you see it's a very technical track, very hard track. As mentioned before, JR Ryder in our last program came in first in round 6 of the Manufacturers Cup. It was a very exciting time for him. Very graceful race as he led the whole time, no problems. But as we see in this race, it's a lot harder competition, or should we say, a track that he is as great on. We got some competition between him and Gordon. Looks like he's trying to make the pass on the inside. He's giving space. Oh, he got tapped from the back. Oh, but he kept control. Let's take the 7th spot. Everything is looking good so far. Seeing everybody is close to everybody except for the 13th place man who had the wreck. We also have, oh, and JR Ryder gets hit from behind, but he keeps control again. And that is from Estrada, who gave him a nudge on the corner. Gordon, the very, very aggressive racer, touching on the back of JR. Another touch there. Takes the inside. And Gordon takes the turn nicely, taking the spot, taking away the A spot from JR Ryder. And as you see, it's a very close battle. All the cars are very close together. This was a very tight race, very physical. Emotions were run high in this race, and a lot of people just simply started disrespecting everyone on the road. This was not one of the most respectful races. Like I said before, this is one of the worst experiences that I've had yet. So we are now on lap 3. JR Ryder is leading the back half of the pack. And Gordon lost his position, but he's right behind him. JR Estrada's leaving the field. Gordon's moving in. Looks like he's going to make a try to pass on the inside, but he doesn't get the room. JR Ryder, nice cutoff, takes the turn. Up a little touch there. JR Ryder was touched again on the back inside. Gordon being a little physical. JR Ryder trying his best to leave him, knowing that it's very dangerous to have an aggressive person on your heels like that, willing to do whatever it takes to pass. He's really fighting for that 7th spot. Late apex right behind him. And it's very, very competitive here. JR takes the turn really nice. Leading the pack, leading the back 8. We get an inside view of Gordon's car. He tries to take a little inside. He misses it. JR takes the turn beautifully. But he is definitely staying in the draft. A little sunshine from the ray tracing there. Of the 4K ray tracing graphics that we provide here at Gaming Entertainment Network. And once again, I'd like to thank y'all for spending y'all time with us today to watch this content. We're always thankful for your viewers, because we wouldn't be anywhere if it wasn't for you guys, the subscribers. Also, as mentioned in other streams, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we will hold a contest for a nice, generous prize that someone will definitely win. Only given the opportunity to the first 1,000 subscribers. So if you listen to that and you haven't subscribed, you might want to subscribe. So you might take home a nice Nintendo Switch or something of that nature. We haven't decided exactly what. Oh, it's the inside is being taken there. JR Ryder again with the good pace, taking the inside defense. Gordon is very trying to take the inside every turn. Another inside try to take. JR Ryder takes a turn. There's no inside to have on that one. He takes the inside really fast, so much so that he cuts the inside. See, this is what I was talking about with disrespect. Knowing he can't take that turn that fast. JR knew that he was being aggressive. JR knew that he was hitting them, side swiping them on the back, to the point that he just lets him go by here so he doesn't cause a wreck. Graceful move for JR, graceful. So graceful to avoid the wreck, to avoid the collision that he's been tapping him on the back end. JR does not like that. Definitely trying to get some distance between him and Gordon. Gordon is a person who definitely is trying his best to take the insides at all costs. Don't even matter if he makes contact with JR, he seems to not care. And he's right on JR again, trying to make sure he maintains that draft, while RW behind is definitely doing the same. The 3-car team trio is definitely making good pace here. JR still being able to keep that A spot as Estrada and J. Cruz get away. That's another dive. Try to take the inside. JR, another bump on the back. JR is getting frustrated. JR is tired of being hit. He's tired of being bumped. And JR definitely gives a nod to get him off of this trail. He's tired of the disrespect. Let's see this one more time. JR getting tired of being pushed, said he will not be bullied around this track. And this is me being JR Ryder. I have to admit, I did get frustrated. I got tired of him dive bombing the corners, attacking my end, tapping me on the back every turn. It got to the point where I got fed up. He hits me again. He tries to bully me off the track. And JR said he's had enough and slams into him, sending him into the grass, wrecking him and himself just to prove a point. He will not be bullied on this track. He loses 2 spots for making a commitment. Also, we have to definitely do a checkup with Gran Turismo and these penalties, because people are bumping, pushing, doing things, and no penalties. No penalties. I have to admit, I directly pushed him off into the grass, getting tired of being bullied. And still did not get a penalty. JR Ryder, one of the first races he's actually shown his emotions, lost a little control over there, being aggressive and showing Gordon that it's not going to be that easy to just bully him around the track every turn. But he also cost himself 2 spots for losing his temperament, losing his temper, and definitely letting his emotions get the best of him. That's one thing we don't see much of JR Ryder, but that time he was just sick of the pushing and definitely had to push back to let Gordon know that it's not going to be that type of race. Meanwhile, we go up to the leader, Augustine Turismo, as he just dominates, leading the way, having the best lap of the race, 1 minute and 32 seconds on the lap as he pushes through the turns. Looks a lot like JR last race, where he's basically just leading the race, taking the course, like I like to say, doing the Tiger Woods. And what I mean by that is that he's not racing the other cars. He is racing the track. He is racing himself. He is trying to beat his previous lap. He is trying to be technical on the turns, and he is doing what he can to keep that pace, keep that lead, and be able to just dominate the race as he takes the turns ever so swiftly, ever so smoothly. Give it up to Augustine Turismo, or is that Turin? But he is definitely dominating with Kodo, CEO, Albo, in close second. Not definitely on the tails, but he is trying to make pace and catch up with the leader. And then behind him we have Cooper, and we have Cyclone, and we have Estrada, the man that passed JR so ever so smoothly. These are excellent drivers, excellent racers. And we go back to Brumwich in the 6th spot. We got J. Cruz in the 7th spot. We got DRC Benelin at the 8th spot, RW in the 9th spot, Gordon in the 10th, and JR Ryder right on the heels, following the 4. And we see Gordon with another physical. He's being physical again. Bumped off RW to take his spot, take the 9th spot. He's being very physical in the end. This guy has to lose DR, but we don't know. He's doing a lot of physical things. He's pushing and bullying people off the track, but he's getting no penalties, no repercussions for things he's doing on the track, no repercussions for the level of disrespect that he's putting out there on the course. I don't know what Polyphony Digital and Gran Turismo did with the last patch, the latest patch that was introduced, but clearly they have went easier on the bumping of cars, and that is a no-no. That is definitely a problem that needs to be addressed, needs to be looked at. It is so disrespectful. JR Ryder still in it, close behind, trying to make pace and catch up with Gordon, trying to not necessarily get revenge, but pass the man that did him wrong on so many laps leading up to this point, having him in the 11th spot, just trying to keep the pace and not lose the cars. He is now behind RW, which seems to be a slower pace to him, but he cannot pass him. RW is taking the turns, he's controlling the field, he's driving in the middle of the track, making it very hard for JR to pass, slowing him down in the process and letting Gordon get away from the pack. Gordon had his eyesight on DRC, Benelobin, not Bin Laden, but Benelobin. And he's driving that Monster Car Subaru, a team that J.R. Ryder used to be with for many seasons. This was a whim to go with Nissan this season, but we will not be going with Nissan next season. We will be returning back to Porsche. Great company, and JR really wants to sign with Porsche. So we'll definitely look and see what happens next season. But Gordon is very nice pace. It's a very tight race back here with the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th spots. JR Ryder still slacking behind a little bit. You see he having a little difficulty with the course. Running at 136, as you see, J.R. Ryder's pace is all over the place since the wreck. He hasn't had his mind in the game. He's taking the turns a little bit slow, as we have the leader, Late Apex, who is actually in 12th place behind J.R., running a 131. Take a look at late Apex, who is currently in 12th, second to last, but has the fastest lap, the fastest time so far on the track today, as we go into lap 8. J.R. Ryder seems to be coming up a little bit of R-dub, taking this turn a little too wide, losing a little pace there. You look at Gordon as he catches up to DRC and J. Cruz. It is definitely a tight race here in the back. And it seems like DRC is going to pit along with Gordon. Now, for a little disclaimer, in the chat, some people were saying, you know, pit mediums, pit softs, things of that nature. But technically, hard is the only tire you can use. So pitting the softs is some type of strategy that it may be. As you see, they're kind of slow here. DRC goes in first, and he will stay on the hard tires. He just pitted. Oh, he started, so he goes to the soft tires. Can he drive 11 laps on the softs? That is the question. Gordon also goes to the softs, as they have a strategy here to maybe race out the last final 11 laps on soft tires, giving them an advantage on the turns, making them a little bit faster. But we see Gordon touches the line and gets a 3-second penalty. In America, we like to call that karma. We know karma isn't, karma is deeper than that, but in America, we like to say that's instant karma, even though that doesn't exist. I like to say that doesn't exist. But Gordon getting the 3-second penalty for touching the pit line. As JR moves into 9th place, free of the antics of Gordon, he is free to focus, get back on track. We have Estrada pitting, who seems to have started the race on softs, which was a very nice strategy here. We see a lot of the racers are pitting and rolling on softs and rolling on different types of tires. As I stated before, only hard tires was required to be in this race. J.R. Ryder decided that he was going to go hard tires the whole way, no pit at all. And I think that he did save some time as we see JR move past the nice pitters and moves into the 8th spot. And I've decided this from a suggestion from a friend. I decided to roll without the tire information on the bottom of the screen, without the names on top of the cars, for more of a cinematic view of how we do things on TV, because for all, we are the Gaming Entertainment Network television channel. So J.R. Ryder holding down the 8th spot, trying to catch up to R-Dub, who seems to be having a nice pace, but he has Late Apex and Estrada behind him. And as we know, those guys are on soft tires. They will be able to make turns a little bit faster. Late Apex, who was once in 6th place, is now in 9th behind JR. Can JR keep in front of him with the hard tires, even though Apex is on the soft? As we go into the dash cam of RW, who's really rolling good, rolling along, has been able to keep his distance and keep his lead on J.R. Ryder the entire race. As we go halfway through the race, he seems to be on hard tires as well and plans on staying that way for the rest of the race. Oh, and we see Jay Cruz decides to pit, and it looks like he is on hard tires and wants to take to the softs for the quick advantage. As we know, this track has a lot of turns, has a lot of hard stops and sharp turns, and has a beautiful display screen there showing the Gran Turismo logo, and nice screen brought to you by Unicorn Media. And as you see, that pit lane is very long. Jay Cruz stepped up in the pit. Looks like he's going to go to the soft tires for the advantage. He also loses some spots for that, but the pit crew gets him out very quickly, very quickly. And now he will be on the field in softs. We have late Apex with a 0.5-second penalty. We don't know how he got it, but he is being very aggressive on JR Ryder here. Gave him a little bump here. JR Ryder having to make a little sharper turns as he's on the hard tires and late Apex is on the soft tires. It seems like the advantage is working in Apex's favor. As the name insists, late Apex, he takes the Apexes late, trying to get that speed into the corners. You see his strategy, he's going to take the inside from JR, and doesn't matter that he's going to run into JR, he just runs him over. That's another disrespect that's going on here. You can take another angle at that. And that's just the level of disrespect in this room here. He already has the 0.5-second penalty, and he just wants to take the inside. And as we see here, we pause frame it. He doesn't care that JR is going to turn in. He doesn't care that this might be a collision. He's going to just go straight through the turn, push him where he needs to be pushed. Now, he did give a little bit late. JR, respectful driver, gave him the space. He also gave him the space, so we give a thumbs up for late Apex for that turn. But he is aggressive, and he wants to pass. He's going to go on the inside here, or he's going to just follow JR. We got another pitter. We got people pitting. We got Brumrich that pitted. Got on the soft tires, and we also got Augustine, who was the leader, as we see. As he was on softs as a leader, so he had to pit to put on the hards that's required. Excuse me for the gunshots in the neighborhood, but we got some people popping off fireworks. This is the 4th of July as we're recording this stream. We're a little bit late with all the things that we've been doing here on the channel, but this race actually took place on, was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. But we are just now getting to record it today. It's a one-man show here. We like to say we on the Gaming Entertainment Network, but it's a one-man show here as I try to provide all you guys this content on the channel. Augustine comes at the pits in a great spot. Now he's on hard tires, regulated tires, so he has 8 laps to go. And he comes out in 5th place ahead of RW and ahead of JR. JR gets passed by late Apex, and late Apex takes a nice Apex to the turn, driving that Toyota. Nice Apex turn, he's living up to the name, and he takes the 7th spot away from JR. JR Ryder, even though he had a little mishap with the emotions of being bumped, he is sticking with it, taking the inside, taking the spot right back, trying to take the spot back from Apex, but doesn't get it as Apex takes the turn late, as indicated in his name. We got the leader who was on softs, and he is pitting now. I'm seeing a lot of different strategies going on here at the last final race of Manufacturers Cup, and we like to say out that this is the last race of points matter big in this race. It could be the difference between being in the top 100, being in the top 50, or going home. And it's a very important race, and it seems like a lot of different strategies were used. He is on the soft tires, and he's about to switch to the, looks like he stays on softs, a double soft switch it seems. Oh no, he comes out on hard. So he comes out 4th place in the hard. Kodo CEO loses 1 spot to the leader, Augustine, as he zooms around the track, clearly showing the skill. Late Apex, the guy who just passed JR, is holding the fastest lap in the race with a 1:31.764. Definitely showing his skill as he takes those late Apexes, the fastest out of everyone on the track. RW and JR are in a battle. JR takes the inside, takes the 7th place spot from RW, and there's a 3-man battle here. JR Ryder takes the lead, taking the Apex on the turn, learning a little bit from late Apex as he got passed earlier, follows suit, and another bump to JR from behind. He doesn't understand why people are running into the back of him. As you can see, the damage on the back right of his car, it looks very bad. Very, very bad damage done to the back right bumper on the Nissan. It's very unfortunate. He felt like this race, he was very disrespectful. Very, very, very disrespectful. And people just running into the back of people, taking turns the best they can, using people for shields and bumpers. You know, it was definitely bumper cars out here, but as we see JR maintaining the 7th spot as we go into lap 13. Now JR has been hit from the back so many times, he's worried here. He's trying to get enough space before this turn because these guys are taking turns too fast, not caring. We got a left move of Estrada trying to make a left move here. And JR Ryder takes the turn very nicely, keeping the lead, keeping his distance from those guys because he knows if they get too close, that back right bumper or the back left bumper as well will be in bad shape, as they do not care. They are not shy to using people or running into people in this race. We have no idea how JR was treated like this. Oh, and JR turns a little wide, being worried about the cars behind him, and loses 2 spots. Oh, but then the lost control with R-Dub, and JR retakes back the A spot. And people are all over the place in this race. It's all over the place. Another bump to the back for JR. They do not care out here. They do not care at all. 6 more laps to go. JR definitely trying to keep his distance from R-Dub so he does not get hit in the back anymore. A little lost control in the Nissan. This is 14 laps he's been on the hard tires. Planning to go all the way on hard tires. No pitting at all. That was his strat. It paid off a little bit. We like to think that maybe if he didn't lose his temper and try to run that guy off the road, Gordon, then maybe he would be in maybe 6th place instead of the 7th, or instead of the 8th. Maybe he could be in 5th. That wreck that they had cost him 3 spots. It was very costly. As I say, JR did get into his feelings, allowed his emotions to get the best of him, and sent the guy into the grass purposely. And no penalty was given. No penalty. We don't know if the game felt that it was deserved because he was getting pushed over. And JR, just as the driver, said he was not going to be bullied around this track for 20 laps. It's not going to happen. You see that grass blowing with the speed. JR Ryder taking a turn, holding up to the A spot. R-Dub behind him, still trying to catch pace, trying to keep up with him, trying to get his spot back, while Jay Estrada is trying to leave JR Ryder to put a better claim on that 7th spot as he hunts down late apex. Late apex on the soft tires, definitely taking those apexes right behind Cotto as he's trying to get the 5th spot. We got Augustine, who used to be in 1st. Oh my gosh, Augustine takes a slide and a dead stop in the middle of the track. Oh my goodness. Let's see what happened here. It seems that he was just trying to push the most out of his car and just lost control all by himself, losing 2 spots. Course correcting. Now he loses 3 spots as Estrada passes him. JR Ryder right on the heels could not be fast enough to make up the difference between Augustine, and that is just so sad to see. Augustine at once was the leading person in this race, seemed to be driving against the track, as we say, Tiger Woods, not driving against the racers, not worrying about the other drivers, but just worrying about him and his technical prowess on the track. But as we see here, he's cutting lanes. He might get penalized for that one, but I think that was pretty fair. I don't think he'll get penalized for that, but he's taking those turns and trying to make up for lost damage. And he's just got a bad luck of the draw with the pit stop and the wreck with there that we saw by himself. That he just lost control on those soft tires. Those soft tires are very slick, and sometimes making those turns, touching that railing, touching that candy cane, as we like to say, it could affect you. It can affect the turns. We got JR Ryder still holding down the A spot, but he is being hunted down by RW and DRC as we have 4 more laps to go in the last final round of the manufacturing race. You know, JR feels like he's letting himself down, letting his manufacturer down with Nissan by coming in 8th place. He hasn't came in 8th place yet. There's still more race to go, but he did want to get a top 5 at least, after proving that he had what it takes to get the 1st place in last Manufacturers Cup race in round 6. As we see, R-Dub is very on the tails, very on the heels of JR. He smells blood. He's on the trying to keep into the draft of JR. JR does not like people on the back of him. He's very nervous. He's been hit around and beat around all day from the back. And it's so mental. Racing is such a mental sport. And being able to just stay mental, knowing someone's hot on your heels when you know you have to brake. Will they run into the back of you? Will they be respectful? R-Dub trying to take the turns. JR takes them really nicely. Doesn't lose speed. Kind of leaves him in the dust just a little bit. Just enough for him to be able to get that comfort zone of being able to brake in the next turn without worrying about anyone trying to take his position or run into the back of him. JR Ryder, we go into the cockpit of JR Ryder as he takes the turns a little bit wide, but enough to still pick up speed going into the next turn. And we see Augustine and Estrada. Augustine on those softs, and see he's sliding on those softs, pitted around on lap 11, so those softs got to be losing tread. He has 3 more laps to go. Will he be able to take advantage of that soft change? Will the soft tires put him in a bad position in lap 19? Only time will tell. Again, we'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to the Gaming Entertainment Network, as we think lovely entertainment that we like to provide to the subscribers. Again, as always, we must thank the subscribers, because without you, there would be no us. Without viewers, there would be no entertainment or no one to entertain. JR Ryder behind. Oh, and a pass on our left side. RW makes a move. Beautiful move. Passing JR very respectfully. They're coming into the turn. And JR tried to take the inside, and he does so gracefully, leaving. Oh, and a little touch. JR Ryder's getting tired of being touched. Oh, he's getting physical. It's getting very physical out here. Oh, and it looks like DRC loses a little position. Let's see that one more time for DR's perspective. He bumped JR in the back, bumped him again in the front, but then lost a little control, and JR Ryder definitely keeping control throughout the bumps. Great driving on JR Ryder's spot. Let's take a little one more look at that. So it wasn't JR Ryder's fault that he ran into RW. He was pushed from behind as he tried to take the inside. As that, like he said, those people behind try to take the turns too fast, pushes him inside. But he keeps control and able to stay in the draft for R-Dub. R-Dub, just beautiful racing today. No bad words going toward R-Dub, as RW is a very nice driver. Wasn't malicious out there. Just, you know, a lot of jostling going around. This is the final round. People are fighting for positions. This could be the difference between being in the top 100 and being knocked out of top 100. You know, we are GT2 drivers here. We're not the best in the world, GT1 drivers, but we are. This is the, I like to say, the sophomore class, trying to prove that they have what it takes to bring that DR up to an A+, getting themselves into position for next year to be, well, next season, to be in the GT1 Cup. JR Ryder holding the A spot, but DRC smells blood. He's definitely trying to take what he can here, right on the draft. If you didn't know, JR Ryder is with the driver club RTK. Call themselves the Knights, and a nice take by DRC on the inside, but he goes a little wide. The nice battle there, but he keeps control of it, and JR Ryder moves to the 9th spot as DRC brilliantly takes the inside and the position away from JR Ryder. JR Ryder's front back car has been through hell. Back light almost broken. It's been one hell of a race, one hell of a battle, 20 laps, and we are coming to an end, only 2 laps left. Let's take a look at one of the leaders. As you see it, we started with 15 drivers and we now have 11, which means only one thing. There's a lot of motherfucking quitters out there, and they quit. Gordon, being the man that was giving JR the most trouble, is in dead last. Well, not last technically, but last who are the people who remain on the track. But he has heart, and he's keeping it up, still trying to fight for maybe for the 10th spot behind Jay Cruz. But let's take a look at the leader. We got Brunwich driving a Toyota, just leading the way, but he is not giving to him. We got Cyclone right on the tails for the final lap. Let's look at these two guys as they battle for the pole. Of course, they will be on the podium, barring no incidents or accidents. It looks like Brumrich is trying to take home a victory here, representing the Akina Speed Stars. Cyclone definitely on the heels. Beautiful car, beautiful livery there. TCR representing. We know TCR. TCR is a racing group out of England, I'm thinking, if I can remember straight. One of their drivers in the GT2 Cup. Very talented set of drivers out of the UK. And Cyclone is right on the hill. This is one heck of a race. As Cyclone smells blood, he knows that he's just a few great turns away from stealing that one spot. Can he get that one spot? Will he be able to take the lead? As we said before, they are guaranteed to be on the pole. 1, 2, and 3, third place will be on the podium. But oh, he takes the inside. Was it a dirty move? Let's take another angle at that. He brakes, he goes a little too fast, hits him to take the turn. No penalty given. No penalty given. Played defense, pushes him to the outside. We would have to say that's dirty, folks. It's been that type of day. He takes the inside, nudging him off, nudging him to the left, nudging him to the right, taking advantage of that spacing. And it seems like he is going to take the pole. He flashes his lights to say, hey, that is not right. He let him know in the rearview mirror, hey, you might have won, but that was dirty. He's still flashing the lights. He's letting them know that was dirty. You do not deserve the pole. You do not deserve first place. But in Gran Turismo's eyes, he is first. And Brumwich is 7th. Brumwich so robbed of that first place finish. And we have number 3 and number 4, Estrada he has the draft. He's trying to move in. He's trying to get the podium. And he gets 3rd place. Estrada with 4th place. Augustine gets 5th. We got Late Apex and R-Dub. Got Late Apex, gonna get a 6th spot. We got R-Dub giving 7th. We got J Cruz getting 8th. And we got JR Ryder, all by him lonesome, getting the 9th place spot. Gordon has caught DRC, been on it somehow. Gordon was last. He stuck with it, and he passed him and got the 10th spot with DRC coming in last. And we'd like to thank you for tuning in here at the Gaming Entertainment Network. We hope that you were entertained at this race that took place in the World Series Manufacturers Cup. We definitely appreciate you watching. We have a lot of, as we said before, we have a lot of content ready. As I speak and make this video, this will be a video will be released on Wednesday, but also Tuesday night at midnight, turning into Wednesday Eastern Time, we will be releasing the series Star Wars, a Versio story. A Star Wars story about a woman named Versio. I don't know if many of you know about her, but she had a pivotal role in the Empire. And also, The Last of Us will be dropping every Sunday at 9 p.m. We are on the 4th or 5th episode of that as well. 5th if you count the 2-2s and the 1-1s. 4th episode if you count the actual numerical series of events as we name these episodes, just like the HBO counterpart, The Last of Us on HBO. So again, we'd like to thank you for tuning in today of this race as we see the helicopters fly over the city. We'd like to thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking and sharing with others the content that we provide here at the Gaming Entertainment Network. And we'd like to leave you off with our nice sign off. They're so loving and caring as we always try to in this world to live, love, laugh, and learn. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.
PlayStation